We welcome you in to Peru, Illinois on the 77-degree July 23rd day, where the normal Cornbelters travel on the road to take on the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp. Blue skies with clouds, the sun peeking through, wind dying down here on the field. It's a beautiful day for some baseball. Casey Stevens alongside me is Alex Ferens. And Alex, we have two games today. Game one being made up back from July 5th. Game where it was a tie ball game, 1-1. Only runs came in by a leadoff triple by Charlie Veracruz, who was brought in by Tyler Thompson off of a ground out. And then Anthony Chavez, an absolute bomb back into right field. The game was tied and not much action after that. But we'll restart this game in the top of the fifth where the Cornbelters will be up and a lot of action being looking forward later in this game.
Yeah, and if you remember, KC, the July 4th game was postponed. It led to some animosity between these two ball clubs, culminating in that July 5th game where it really didn't rain for too long here in Peru, but that game was pushed back, becomes a doubleheader today.
It does, and you look at how that game played out. It was more of a pitcher's duel between the two pitchers. Isaac Zarust came in and dealt 4 Ks against the entire lineup, and really the Cornbelters did not get anything going in that game. They relied heavily on production by Charlie Veracruz, a triple and a single, who will not be playing in this game. Nolan McCrossan was the only other Cornbelter in the lineup to get a hit. On the other side, Nick Curry, the pitcher for the Cornbelters, did fantastic. 4 strikeouts against the lineup. He went 1-2-3 twice back in the second and the third inning, and the longest outing that he had was the fourth. He gave up a walk. Runner and Andrew Pishka made his way over to third. Not able to be brought around. An infield single by Caden Shotzik held him over. And then Ryan Duncan with a feeder's choice. He got Joey Ireland out, and the rain started to pour down here in Peru. Overall, Alex, it's going to be a fun game to watch. New arms on the bump for both teams. Brady Banker, the southpaw for the Cornbelters. He'll face off against Ryan Duncan, the right-hander for the Pistol Shrimp. You're going to look at more at Addison Worthman for the Cornbelters. Man's coming off of one of the best games he's had all season long. A grand slam was pivotal against the Clinton Lumber Kings on the road for the Cornbelters.
Yeah, Worthman, one of the hottest hitters in the entire Prospect League. He has 6 straight multi-hit games. All but one of those came with multiple RBIs. He slots in for Charlie Veracruz, who the Cornbelters have had to replace by committee. How do you replace a guy that was so good, a leadoff hitter on base in all 19 games he played? The answer, not one guy is going to be able to put all that on his plate. Gavin Michaels has stepped up. He's the 9-hitter today in Illinois Valley. In the second game of this doubleheader, I expect to see him leading off for the Belters. He's playing third base, a position we haven't seen him yet so far this summer.
He's typically the second baseman for the Cornbelters. The Bearcat duo and Ben Vogley on short, Michaels on second. Everyone else fills in on the corners in the infield. Looking at the lineup for the Cornbelters today, Addison Worthman will be in right field. Tyler Thompson will be the second baseman, followed by Ben Vogley hitting third, the shortstop. Hitting cleanup, the first baseman is Jackson Stanek. The designated hitter is Nolan McCrossan. In center field, for one of the few times that we've seen this season for the Cornbelters, Carter Blinkney will be in there. The man behind the dish, Jacob Greer. In left field, Filippo Barada, and rounding it off, like you mentioned, Gavin Michaels, the third baseman.
It's a lineup that looks a little bit different. Cornbelters forced to pick up where they left off in terms of the starting 9, just the one change. On the other side, you see 4 or 5 changes in the starting lineup. On the hill today, Brady Banker, the left-hander. Watch out for his pickoff move, Casey. Last time out, he allowed the first 3 batters to reach base against the Terre Haute Rex. First 3 batters he faced. You know what happened next? He picked every single one of them off. 3 consecutive pickoffs to first base successful, something that I'm not sure we'll ever see again.
It's hard to do anytime you have one of the best pickoff moves. You get the hips. A runner cannot read the way you turn. Allows you to just throw it over to first and get a tag down. Now for Banker, he hasn't appeared in many games. He will be making his 3rd appearance and 2nd start on the season. A 1-1 record entering today through 6 innings of work. An ERA that's slightly inflated, 4.5 and 5 Ks. He'll have his work cut out for him against tough Shrimp lineup, where Ethan Silva will lead the way.
Yeah, a shrimp lineup that has struggled as of late. Illinois Valley in the cellar again after finishing there in the first half, 5-17 in the second half of the Prospect League season. But in all the spectacle of this being a doubleheader, a makeup from a rain out in the beginning of the second half, let's not lose sight of what this means in the bigger picture, Casey. The Cornbelters have to win today, facing the Pistol Shrimp, who have struggled so far this summer. The Belters want to go on and clinch a spot in the playoffs with a second half division crown. They're going to need to win almost every game going forward, and 2 games against the last place Pistol Shrimp are effectively must wins.
The month of July has not gone the way for the Pistol Shrimp, only winning 4 games. Those 2 wins came against Decatur and Throwbilly, the most 2 recent ones. They had an 11-6 win against the Clinton Lumber Kings. Very shocking. And then you go against the Quincy Doggy Paddlers. They put up 25 runs.
Yeah, Cornbelters can be thankful they picked up that win against Clinton. But Casey, the month of July didn't go their way. Neither did June. Neither did May.
On the other side, though, for the Cornbelters, the month of July, a different story. They are 12-5 entering today, winning a lot of their games. Coming into today with a 2-game win streak. Got a win against the Lucky Horseshoes, 12-2. Beat Clinton, 10-4. Looking at their last 5 games, Alex, they've scored 10 or more runs 4 out of the 5 times.
Yeah, since this one was postponed on July 5th, Cornbelters lost the next 2 against Burlington in a 2-game set that may have huge implications on the playoff picture, as Burlington has won 10 in a row and sit in second place in the Northwest Division. But then after that, 7-2 in their last 9. Pistol Shrimp 4-9 since that one, including 0-2 in a doubleheader against the Lumber Kings last night.
A lot of implications on this game around the league, too. Teams are looking to see how the Cornbelters will face off against the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp. Do the Burlington Bees need to continue their hot streak? They'll play later today. Same for the Clinton Lumber Kings. We'll have a lot of action around the league, but stay here for the Cornbelters radio. Coaches colliding in the middle of home plate with the umpires. Look back later today at 6:30 p.m. The Burlington Bees will be taking on the Clinton Lumber Kings. We'll keep you updated around that game as well, while we also take on this game too.
Originally born in Wisconsin, Becky's been a lifelong resident of the Illinois Valley. Grew up singing and playing piano in the church, and now enjoys serving the Student Park Road Baptist Church. She loves being a part of the community, and we love having her here on our Pistol Shrimp team. Please rise and remove your hats. as we honor America and our fallen heroes with a performance of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight flash gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets that lit the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Second class, everybody.
Welcome you live from Peru, Illinois. Casey Stevens with Alex Ferentz will pick things up here in the top of the 5th inning. Redoing a game making up back from July 5th. And Alex, a lot of changes out there defensively for the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp.
We'll play this one through the 9th inning. Next one will be 7. The defense behind Ryan Duncan looks like this. Left field, Dawson Szymanski. Center field, Kirk Weatherford replaces Anthony Chavez, the home run hitter. In right field, Caden Shotstick. Left to right in the infield, Andrew Pishka, Joey Ireland. Second baseman tonight, Ethan Silva, a high school senior from Stockton, California. And first baseman, Carter Brown. Squatting behind the plate will be Owen Anderson replacing Tyler Rayburn. Carter Brown comes in for Zemi Baftiri. And the left fielder, Szymanski, replaces Griffin Carney. 4 changes in the field, for the Pistol Shrimp from the first meeting.
That's the love about summer ball, Alex. A lot of players, their time will come to an end when the season comes to a close. Just a few weeks left here in the Prospect League before playoffs get underway. This game for the Cornbelters means a lot. Their lineup looks to be this. Addison Worthman leading things off in right field. Tyler Thompson, the second baseman. Ben Vogley, the shortstop. Jackson Stanek, the first baseman. Nolan McCrossin, the designated hitter tonight. Carter Blankney, the center fielder. Jake Greer will be the catcher. Filippo Barada in left. And Gavin Michaels on third. Since we're picking things up in the top of the 5th, it will be Jacob Greer to lead things off. Back on July 5th, his one action, he struck out. Not to see much, but Isaac's rust for the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp, man, the defense behind him really was the X factor in that game. The longest batters that he saw 4 batters twice in different innings. He went 1, 2, 3 twice, and Alex, when you have a guy who can do that to shut down such a powerful offense, it's hard.
This is a Belters team, though, that has been on an absolute roll. Keeping this team under wraps is not the same challenge that it was back on July 5th.
Be the right-hander, and Duncan on the hill, facing the right-hander batter and Jacob Greer. Greer on the season, hitting 179 with 9 hits. Get this thing underway. The sun peeking through the clouds here on this July 23rd day. A deep breath from the pitcher. First pitch to Greer. He watches the strike go into the top half of the zone.
Ryan Duncan, the pitcher for the Pistol Shrimp, featured in the first game. 0 for 2 as the designated hitter. Now takes the hill.
The 0-1 count. Greer slaps one foul on the third base side.
Casey, you mentioned it already. Struck out in the abridged version last time. He's had a lot of time to think about it. Featured in just 2 of the last 12 games for the Belters.
He's not had much action, but Billy Du Bois wanting him to get some more experience. He's down to the count 0-2. Right-hander pitcher and Duncan kicks and deals. Finds the zone there for strike 3. 3 pitches, and Greer goes window shopping. Turnover to Filippo Barada, the left fielder, hitting in the 8th spot today. One down here in the top of the 5th, the tied ball game 1-1. So we're making this game up from July 5th. First pitch to Barada is fouled behind home plate.
Barada has started to pick things up, had a slow start to the summer, but hitting .270 in July, looking to get back to his form at Southwestern Illinois where he tuned in a .370 average.
Duncan has only thrown fastballs, Alex. It's the 0-1. Ripped over and grounded. It would be fouled. Third base side.
Pishka lucky that ball drifted foul as he tossed it over to first base. It went over Brown's head. Could have been extra bases for the speedy Barada.
Alex, I got to say, 5 pitches, 5 strikes. So far by Duncan. He's been making quick work. Got Greer to go down looking. Barada down on the count 0-2. First off-speed pitch. Perfectly placed on the outside corner of the zone. 0-2 count, 1 down here in the top of the 5th. Duncan comes set at the belt, kicks and deals. Fastball's low for the first ball that he's thrown.
Home plate umpire Michael Dudden's going to have an easy day. Duncan keeps finding the strike zone at this rate.
93-mile-an-hour fastball. It's a little low. Here's the 1-2. Sliders outside. Even the count at 2-2. Barada on the season, hitting .204 with 20 hits. Has a home run, has some power, but you mentioned the speed. 12 stolen bases. The wind not playing much of a factor, blowing in from right to left today. A little more aggressive in left field. The 2-2 is found on the third base side. Barada having a good at-bat, seeing 5 different pitches, making contact with 2, just hasn't put one in play yet.
Duncan playing his college ball in Normal at Illinois State.
Duncan, the pitcher, comes set. The 2-2 fouled off on the first base side.
Talked about his stolen bases, KC. 12 swiped bags and limited opportunities before the season. Billy Du Bois crowned Barada and his teammate Dylan Cody as 2 of the fastest players in the Prospect League. He's all been but confirmed.
Here's the 2-2. Slapped on the second baseman in Silva. He'll scoop it over to Brown for out number 2.
An easy play for Silva. Thought about making it overhand, decides the flip is the easier option. Quickly, 2 batters retired for Ryan Duncan.
Go to the last man in the lineup today at Gavin Michaels. Here in the top of the 5th, a 1-1 ball game, 2 down. Infield playing straight up. Sun now peeking through the clouds. Becoming more of a factor. Shadow of the tall light hanging onto the field. First pitch of this at-bat is outside for a ball. Gavin Michaels from the University of Cincinnati, the freshman, will be playing his ball. Hitting .333 with 19 hits and 10 RBIs. Open the count 1-0. Pops one behind home plate. Foul ball right in front of us. You reached your arm out of the window trying to catch that one?
Always got to be ready to make a play.
Be a 1-1 count to Gavin Michaels with 2 down. Infield creeping in. It's the 1-1. Michaels fouls it straight back.
Gavin Michaels has exploded onto the scene since joining the Belters late in the season following his high school season. One thing, KC, he hasn't been quite the same on the road. Just 185 his average compared to almost 470 at the Corn Crib.
Sound on the count, looking to put a ball in play. The 1-2. Popped up, moving in on it as the shortstop, Ireland. He gets under it for out number 3. Cornbelters go 1-2-3. The Pistol Shrimp head into the dugout to get their bats going. We'll take a short break. Be back for bottom of the 5th action. Welcome you back here in Peru, Illinois. Casey Stevens with Alex Ferens. You look at the defensive lineups behind the pitcher and banker for the Cornbelters. And left to right, Barada, Blankney, and Worthman. From third to first, Michaels, Vogley, Thompson, and Stanek and Greer are doing the catching. Alex, you mentioned how for banker, guy who can allow guys to get on base, but the pickoff move is one of the cleanest that you've seen.
Terre Haute Rex, he pitched at home and against the Rex, allowed 4 hits, Casey. Not one of those guys got to second base. Took 3 of them off the base paths with the pickoff move in the same inning. Almost unheard of. Banker got the win in that victory. Looking for more of the same tonight.
An advantage that the left-handed pitcher has, you can see the first base bag. Have an easier way of throwing it over.
Sometimes with the southpaw, you see them vary the moves. You see leg up over to first base, and then maybe a off the rubber, step off the back, pickoff attempt over to first base. Banker used the exact same move on the first pitch, before the first pitch, 3 batters in a row, and it worked 3 times consecutively.
Banker will be making his 4th appearance and third appearance, 6 innings of work and a 4.5 ERA. First batter that he sees will be Carter Brown. He'll dig in on the right side. Right-hander hitting .231 with 18 hits, 7 doubles. Infield playing straight up. First pitch from Banker finds the top of the zone for a strike. Left-hander taking his time, holding his hat down on his head. Wind starting to pick up, blowing in from right to left. Not many clouds on this blue sky day. It's the 0-1. Hit out into the right field and fouled away.
Cornbelters have had the Pistol Shrimps number so far this summer, 5-1 the season series, including 4 victories at the beginning of July.
Looking to get another one here if they can close this one out. The 0-2. Fastball outside. Greer checking in on his pitcher.
That's not to say that the Cornbelters are alone in having the Pistol Shrimps number, 5-17 in the second half.
Pistol Shrimp have struggled, not won many games, sitting in last place in their division. A swing and a miss there by Brown. Good way for Banker to get an out.
Banker utilizing the off-speed pitch here early. 76 miles an hour, pulls the string on a changeup.
We'll see Owen Anderson, the catcher, the 8th batter in the lineup. One down here in the bottom of the 5th, the tie ball game 1-1. Banker comes set at the belt, kicks and deals. Fastball outside for ball 1. Right-handed batter in Anderson, having a silver bat, white gloves, and a black helmet. The 1-0, swing and a miss for strike 1.
Anderson, one of a few Pistol Shrimp not to feature last night in the doubleheader and get the start here in the first game of the doubleheader tonight.
The middle infielders moved over to the first and third base bag. A big gap over the middle. A good pitch there to find the zone by Banker. Infield playing straight up. The left-hander comes set at the belt. Looks to his catcher in Greer and kicks and deals. 2-2 count.
Tyler Thompson playing second base tonight, has played left field the last couple of games for the Belters. Slots back into his favorite position in the infield.
The southpaw delivers one over. Hit and fouled down the third base line.
Yet to see Gavin Michaels play third base, making his debut at the hot corner tonight. It opens things up in this Belters defense if Gavin Michaels can play third base. You need his bat in the lineup. So far, we've seen him stuck at second base. It opens up the outfield if you can play Thompson at second base and Michaels at third.
The 2-2. Skied up, moving over the first baseman, Stanek in foul territory. He'll try and camp under, and he gets it for out number 2.
Athletic play by Stanek. Reminds me of Polar Pete, Mets legend, but gingerly gets over there and makes the play.
Last batter in the lineup, Dawson Szymanski, left fielder in today's matchup. Digs in on the right side. Big gap up the middle. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Curveball drops in the top portion of the zone for strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Left-handed pitcher kicks and deals. Binker tries to find the zone there, but it's skied up and fouled away. 0-2 count. The right-handed batter and Szymanski gets set in the box. Rounds his bat up. Hangs it over his shoulder. The 0-2. Fastball's high for ball 1.
Interesting trend for these Pistol Shrimp hitters is they seem to hit worse at home. Contrary to many teams in the Prospect League, Szymanski no different, just 179 here at Veterans Memorial Park.
Szymanski looking to put the ball in play, down in the count. Here's the 1-2. Chopped over to the third baseman, Michaels. Gloves it and zips it over to Stanek for out number 3. Neither team able to get anything going, and after 5, it's a tie ball game, 1-1. Both teams went 1-2-3. We'll take a short break. Be back for top of the 6th action. We welcome you back here in Peru, Illinois. Casey Stevens with Alex Ferentz. After 5 innings, a tie ball game 1-1. The lineup will flip over for the Cornbelters. Leading things off will be Addison Worthman, who enters today on a 7-game hit streak.
Yeah, Worthman, a guy the Pistol Shrimp didn't have to worry about on July 5th. He's going to make sure they do now. 2 for 3 2 nights ago with a grand slam against the Lumber Kings. Belters had the day off yesterday. Worthman's knees bothering him this week. A day off, rest, refreshed, and ready for action.
A righty-righty matchup. First pitch to Worthman, the fastball at the top of the zone. Worthman, his stance, he likes to crouch down more, lean on his back foot. Hangs the bat on his shoulder. Watches the slider outside. Worthman likes to swing at anything that's near the zone. You'll notice that a lot. But, man, 102 average exit velo on anything he makes contact with. It's the 1-1. Pops one up. Moving over is Pishka. But calling everyone off, the catcher Anderson tosses the mask, gets under it for out number 1.
Good play from the catcher Anderson to stick with that. Drifted high in the air. Able to stick with it before the netting.
91 miles an hour off the bat. 76 mile an hour pitch that was just at the top of the zone. Worthman tried to smash it. He just got under it and popped it up. Tyler Thompson, the second baseman. He has an RBI back when this game started on July 5th. Drove in Veracruz, who tripled to lead off the game. Now puts contact on this foul ball on the first base side. Got caught in the hands.
Tyler Thompson chasing history, 56 hits so far this summer, chasing his own mark last summer of 61, and the Belters Prospect League record of 71 in a summer.
Down to the count here, 0-1. Thompson. Same result, fouls it away. Seen fastball, fastball, fastball by Duncan. It's topped out at 93 miles an hour. The righty comes set on the hill, facing the right-handed batter in Thompson. The 0-2. Thompson slices one, and it's fouled away. Takes a few steps out of the box wearing red cleats, the black and yellow bat, black helmet. Righty comes set. Duncan nods to Anderson, his catcher. The 0-2. Thompson thought about it, but it's outside for a ball. It's a beautiful day here, Alex. Sun coming straight down. 78 degrees. Wind not much of a factor. 1-2 count to Tyler Thompson. Duncan kicks and deals. Thompson fouls one away on the third base side.
When looking at Thompson's season this year and last, makes it almost even more impressive Landon Johnson's 71 hit campaign in 2024 for the Belters. Thompson has been so good and still not really that close to Johnson.
Slider outside. Tyler Thompson hitting .316. Mentioned the 56 hits. Most of them singles. Not much of an extra base guy. 8 doubles on the year with 32 RBIs. A 2-2 count. Thompson rips one and fouls it away on the first base side. He's been a hard strikeout too. He's only struck out 7 times this year.
Leading the league in at-bats and just 7 strikeouts. What more can you ask for from the All-Star?
2-2 count, one down here in the top of the 6th. Duncan kicks and deals. Skied up on the right field side. Shotzik tries to chase it down, but it be fouled away. A long at-bat here for Thompson.
Casey, you mentioned he's lack of extra base hits, but 2 of those doubles have come in the last week. He hit a batting practice home run the other day. There's some pop in that bat.
He's 6th in the Prospect League in hits with 56 that we've mentioned. Entering today on a 5-game hit streak. A 2-2 count, a long at-bat. This will be the 9th pitch that he sees. One down here in the top of the 6th. A tie ball game 1-1. Right-handed pitcher Duncan deals. Can't find the zone there, and it's low for a ball. Runs the count full.
Tyler Thompson, such a disciplined hitter. That one just missed off the outside edge, able to look at pass and see another.
Wind starting to pick up. A full count to Thompson, 1 down. Duncan comes set at the belt. Looks over at Anderson, kicks and deals. Inside, Thompson gets out of the way, and he draws a walk.
His 22nd walk of the summer. Thompson looking to start things here in the 6th. They were quiet back on July 5th. Went down softly in the 5th inning. Now the heart of the order looking to make some noise in the 6th inning.
Be Ben Vogley, the shortstop, the left-hander. A runner on first. Being checked in, Thompson is. A quick throw by Duncan. Over to Brown. Vogley back on the 5th, grounded out and struck out. Left-handed batter looking to put something in play. The bunt attempt taken away, but the pitch finds the zone for a strike.
Third baseman Pishka playing behind the base path, Ben Vogley trying to take advantage and lay a bunt down.
And a 1 count to Vogley. Watches this one go into the zone.
You don't typically expect your 3-hitter to lay down a bunt, especially a guy who's in the top 10 in the Prospect League in strikeouts. Vogely, a great bunter, leads the Belters in walks, strikeouts, and home runs.
Thompson will be checked in on one. You mentioned Vogely has been struck out 37 times, which ranks 6th in the Prospect League, but he's also walked 31, which is 7th. He can do it all. Vogely powers one into right field. Take a bounce. Shotzik gets under it, but now runners on first and second for the Cornbelters.
Pulls that ball right on the fastball. Drops it right in front of Shotzik. Belters have something brewing.
Runners on first and second. Tyler Thompson drew a walk. And Vogely moved him over with a single. Jackson Stanek. Dig in on the left side. Duncan, the right-hander. Tried to pick off Thompson. May do the same to Vogely. Now look that direction. Joey Ireland, the shortstop, covering the bag, gives a few claps. Now he backs off. Stanek rips one into left center. It will drop. Thompson with the speed. He'll round third. Here he comes in. Cornbelters take the lead. Jackson Stanek, an RBI double.
His 35th RBI of the summer. Jackson Stanek stays hot. Belters take the lead, and Captain Nolan McCrossan hoping to make sure there's no threat of giving it back.
It's a big game that the Cornbelters need to win, Alex. A way to do it there, rely on one of their most consistent batters in Jackson Stanek.
Stanek going to miss his first 2 games of the summer on Friday and Saturday. Something that Billy Du Bois has known about for a long time, way back in December. Billy remarked that it would be Stanek's first 2 missed games in 2 summers.
Long time. A big factor to the Cornbelters lineup. Collected his 55th hit with that double. Be Nolan McCrossan, the designated hitter. Runners in scoring position on second and third. That slider's outside.
Casey, when Billy joined us on the broadcast, he told us he has 3 rules for this Cornbelters outfit. Show up on time, care while you're there, and Jackson Stanek only hits pearls in batting practice.
1-0. Crossan fouls one away. I got a chance to talk to Billy Du Bois yesterday. Spoke with him for about 10 minutes while we were at the corn crib. Great interaction, telling us that he loves to see the talent that he collects and talks and praises every player that he has on his team. Runners on second and third for the Cornbelters, a 1-1 count. Popped up and fouled away. Crossan on the year hitting .301. Back on July 5th, he flew out into left field and grabbed a single. His runners in scoring position on second and third. 38 RBIs entering today. Down on the count, the 1-2. Duncan comes set. Left part of the diamond creeping in on the infield. Crossan fouls one away. Alex, when you look at the lineup you have for the Cornbelters, your first 5 guys all hitting above 300.
Absolutely, and Gavin Michaels hitting 9th today. We assume that he'll slot into the leadoff spot for the second game. That mark becomes 1 through 6.
Carter Blankney on deck, hitting .291. Here's the 1-2. Crossan fouls it again on the first base side.
Casey, Billy already retooling for next season. Got to get on it early in summer ball. Believe on the bus ride to Peru. Was negotiating terms with Yat to remain as a Belter for 2027.
And Alex Yat being more the pitcher, stands at 6'8", long frame. Such a good guy to have on the bus. This pitch runs low, but it's in the zone. Nolan McCrossan is frozen like Elsa, and he'll walk back to the dugout.
An enthusiastic strike 3 called from our home plate umpire tonight, Michael Dudden. Make sure that everyone in the ballpark knows it was strike 3.
Say a bit of a delayed call. Looked like McCrossan thought it may have been a ball, but it's perfectly placed and painted on the bottom half of the zone. 2 away here. Cornbelters lead 2-1 in the top of the 6th. Blakeney Skies one up, and it's fouled on the first base side. This inning started off with Addison Worthman popping up to the catcher. Thompson, Vogley, and Stanek all reached. Stanek brought in a run off of his double, bring Thompson all the way around all the bases. 0-1 count to Blankney. 2 down, runners on second and third. Pistol Shrimp, infield, playing straight up. Outfield, not much action either. Dungeon. So far at second, now places a fastball right into the zone.
Carter Blakeney started the summer red hot. Hits in 11 of the first 12 games. Went on a big slump to start July at end of June. Now has a hit in 4 of his last 10.
Looking to get one here with an 0-2 count. Blakeney charges one and fouls it away.
Casey, 4 hits in your last 10 at-bats. Might be a small sample size, but for Carter Blakeney, was 5 for his last 42 before that. It's a welcome relief.
And Alex, anytime a guy gets out of a slump, it's a sigh of relief. See if he can bring some runners around here. Blakeney pops it up, moving over is Brown, the first baseman. He found a way. We've seen long at-bats by the Cornbelters here in the top of the 6th. Tyler Thompson saw, I believe, 12 pitches. Continued to foul them off. Same for Stanek, had a long at-bat. And then Nolan Crossan, he went down looking, but Carter Blakeney here continuing to foul off and stay alive. It's an 0-2 count. The right-handed batter digs back into the box. Runners on second and third for the Cornbelters. Stanek and Vogley. An 0-2 count, 2 down. Dungeon kicks and deals outside for a ball. Alex, for this doubleheader, chance for some guys to get more experience. You play more games, more innings. Wait for them to also remake a game that matters for both teams. Cornbelters fighting to be in the playoffs. A 1-2 count. Blakeney fouls it away.
Coach Ron Juris, first base coach today for the Belters, joked on the way over that suspended in terms of this game is not the use of suspension the Belters have been used to so far this season. Had plenty of interaction with the league office, coaches suspended, players. Today,
Interns?
just pick things up in the 5th. No suspension for any interns, but you're right, an ejection in Clinton.
An ejection, right? Here's a 1-2 count. Fastball is high. Count even 2-2.
Which I must say the Cornbelters definitely lead the league in ejections, but I can assure you they lead in intern ejections.
Oh, absolutely. How often do you see an analytics intern get tossed from a game?
It's the first time I've seen it.
A 2-2 count with 2 down. Blakeney slaps one over to Pishka. Whips it over to the first baseman and Brown for out number 3. Cornbelters strand 2, but they score 1. It's a 2-1 lead. After the top of the 6th, Pistol Shrimp go into their dugout. They'll get their bats going. We'll take a short break and be back for bottom of the 6th action. Welcome you back in Peru, Illinois. Casey Stevens with Alex Barons. Bottom of the sixth action. The lineup for the Pistol Shrimp will turn over, and Ethan Silva, one of the best hitters for the Shrimp, will dig in. Alex, a left-handed batter, hitting .354, entering today with 34 hits. We'll be facing the left-hander and Banker. Swings and misses at the first pitch he sees.
6-game hit streak for the second baseman.
Silva takes a deep breath. Pistol Shrimp wearing their white jerseys with black and orange outlines. It's the 0-1. Off-speed pitch is low and away. Cornbelters in their green away jerseys with their yellow outlines. Green, yellow, and white hats. Banker kicks and deals. Hits one sharply on the ground to Thompson. He picks it up and throws it over to Stanek for out number 1.
Brady Banker has a unique release. His arm comes way over his head, and he releases with such force you would expect almost a grunt to come out. So when he does deliver a changeup, it can really fool hitters, especially left-handers, as it cuts across them. Gets Ethan Silva to roll over.
Face the right-hander and Andrew Pishka next. One down here in the bottom of the 6th. Pishka pops one up, and it's fouled away. We mentioned how Tyler Thompson's playing second base for the Cornbelters today. I froze there for a second, expecting Michaels to be there. Still hasn't refreshed in my brain yet, Alex. It's the 0-1. Pishka watches the off-speed in the top half of the zone.
Tyler Thompson, a longtime belter in his third summer in Normal. He'll be the Kankakee Community College hitting coach in the fall and spring.
The 0-2 count. Sliders away.
Work with a few familiar faces for the Belters. Dylan Romano comes to mind. No longer with the Belters, but he'll be under Thompson's tutelage.
The 1-2 is low. 2-2. Thompson, we've mentioned, one of the best hitters on the Cornbelters. He rounded all the bases to score back in the top of the 6th for the Cornbelters to take a lead of 2-1. Pistol Shrimp looking to answer back. One down, a 2-2 count. Pitch runs low, makes the count full.
I believe Tyler Thompson is unofficially regarded as the all-time hit leader for the Normal Cornbelters, stretching across the years in the Frontier League into the Prospect League.
The payoff pitch. Hit right up the middle. Moving over is Vogley, and he can't get his glove down. Andrew Pishka will reach.
Be interesting to see if they score that in E6 or a hit. A tough play as Vogley ranged to his left. A little bit different playing infield on grass versus the typical turf. It'll be a hometown single.
Sigh of relief for Vogley. The air doesn't go to his name. And an infield hit. You put a runner on first, one down here in the bottom of the 6th. Kirk Weatherford will come in, and the pickoff move not in time by Banker. You were talking about how it's special to watch. To allow runners to be on first, and the left-hander has a very, you could say, interesting way of picking off guys.
Had Pishka going the wrong way. Pistol Shrimp didn't even have a first base coach.
A quick approach from Banker. Can't find the zone there on that last pitch. A 1-0 count to Weatherford. A runner on first and Pishka. He singled up the middle. Banker looking that direction. Raises the knee. Now kicks and fires one. Looking to turn 2. A 4-6. 3 double play for the Cornbelters. One, two, three go the Shrimp. And after 6, a 2-1 lead for the Cornbelters. We'll take a short break and be back for top of the 7th in action. Back for top of the 7th action. Casey Stevens with Alex Ferens. And we started this game, resumed back in the 5th, and Jake Greer struck out looking. He'll dig in on the right side, facing Ryan Dunch, the right-hander.
Greer followed up his 0 for 1 with a K in the first half of this game back on July 5th. Matched his total already here.
First pitch of the at-bat. Greer swings and misses at a high fastball.
It's tough when you're not playing every day to get into the rhythm required against these Prospect League pitchers.
Duncan comes set. Outside with that pitch.
4 catchers in rotation for this Belters squad. Max Heineman joined the team late from Normal Community, plays with Gavin Michaels. He's done fantastic. His bat seems hard to keep out of the lineup, although he's on the bench today. John Nisbet comes back from injury. Expect to see him behind the plate for the second game. And, of course, the veteran Nolan McCrossan.
1-1 count to the catcher today, and Greer puts a charge on this one, and it's fouled. Greer, only 9 hits coming into today. You and I had the chance to call his first ever hit back in O'Fallon. In late June, he had a double. That was in right center field. He went 0 of 8 prior to that double. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Not the day for Greer. He's gone down looking, and this time swinging.
And you don't want to be in the splash zone, let's say, when Jacob Greer goes back to the dugout after a strikeout. Some things fly around.
3rd strikeout of the day for Duncan. A bunt attempt by Barada is fouled way back. If he put that one in play, it could have been a bloop single into center field. Traveled 140 feet backwards.
It's impressive.
Barada on the day. Grounded out earlier back in the 5th. The 0-1. Swings and misses and fouls it away.
Belter's a very old school team. Billy DuBois likes to play baseball the old-fashioned way. Doesn't shift a whole lot. Really hasn't bunted, although this last month it's been much more prominent.
The 0-2 hits Barada. This is how the 6th started. An out by Worthman and then a walk or a free base. Tyler Thompson. This time it's Greer. Goes down swinging, and Barada hit by pitch.
His 10th hit by pitch of the summer. It's a guy you don't mind if he wears one. Get Barada's on base. Get his wheels on the base paths.
12 stolen bases on the season. We talked about it earlier. Billy DuBois mentioned how he's one of the fastest players that he has on his roster. The leader in stolen bases for the Cornbelters, Ben Vogley, the shortstop tonight with 21. Dylan Cody up there with 21 as well. Vogley has not stolen a base since the Terre Haute game that the Cornbelters played. Bunt attempt taken away by Michaels, but a fastball right down central lane.
Cornbelters must see something here in Illinois Valley that's prompting these bunt attempts, whether it's the grass compared to the turf they're used to. That ball can just die right before any fielder can make a play on it.
4 different batters have attempted a bunt but have taken away. Barada made contact and fouled it away. The 0-1. High fastball makes Michaels go all the way around for a strike.
Ben Vogley's 21 stolen bags are good enough for 12th in the Prospect League. Casey, the league leaders have 37.
Wow. It's impressive. Believe one of them is on the Rockabillys and the Lumber Kings.
Jalen Ziegler of the Lumber Kings, 37 stolen bags in just 32 games.
A pitch right in the bottom of the zone for strike 3. Gavin Michaels is frozen at the plate. Goes down looking.
Xavier Hatfield, 37 stolen bags in 42 contests. Jackson Rockabillys have 3 of the top 4 stolen base leaders and another in Blackman in the top 10.
Shows the speed that the Rockabillies have. Addison Worthman will come in with 2 down here at the top of the 7th. A 2-1 lead for the Cornbelters. Barada on first. 4 Ks on the day for Duncan. Got his 4th against Michaels, who went down looking. A righty-righty matchup. 1-0. Fastball low for ball 2.
With this being a 5-inning game effectively as we head through the 9th before a 7-inning game, you want to try to not expose your bullpen with a lot of usage in the first one. Neither side has an arm moving.
2-0. Fastball. Bottom outside half of the zone for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. 2-1 lead for the Cornbelters. Barada on first, Addison Worthman up to bat. Being checked on, Barada dives back in on the first base bag.
Not sure there if the statistics would confirm this, but Addison Worthman seems to love hitting with 2 strikes.
Here's the 2-1. Barada breaks. A throw down by Anderson. Silva, the second baseman, can get the tag in on time. Talked about Barada's speed. Not fast enough there. He's caught stealing. Cornbelters can't get any action. In the top of the 7th, a 2-1 lead. We'll take a short break and head to the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th action gets started by the bat of Caden Schatzek. Back on July 5th, he singled and was caught out on the second base bag off of fielder's choice. He'll dig in on the right side, facing the left-hander and Banker. Infield playing straight up for the Cornbelters. First pitch inside for a ball. Alex overall for the Cornbelters pitching staff. Banker. He's gone 1, 2, 3 twice. Double play ball that ended the 6th by the infield. A 1-0. Hit sharply out into right field. Moving back is Worthman. The diving effort off the glove. He slides into the warning tracks, throws it in. Second baseman Thompson tries to relay it into Vogley, but a double by Caden Schatzek.
Addison Worthman, a good effort, gets in the vicinity. Like they say for NFL receivers, if it hits your hands, you probably should make the catch. This one glances off the mid of Worthman, 98 miles an hour off the bat. Illinois Valley looking to tie this game up.
Caden Schatzek, a right fielder, in scoring position. Ryan Duncan, the designated hitter, 15 RBIs entering today. To add one here if he can put a ball in play. Vogley, the shortstop, covering the bag. Banker shakes it off. Bunt attempt laid down. He charges in on it, the pitcher. Throws it over to the first baseman and Stanek. Thompson was covering base. Excuse me.
Perfect bunt defense. Stanek charges in. The second baseman Thompson rotates over to the first base bag. Brady Banker looked to third, see if he had a play. Decided first base was the better option.
Moves the runner over. Now the infield moving in. But attempts could potentially score a run here. all the infield on the lip of the grass, right around the mound. First pitch popped up. Moving over Stanek in foul territory. He's near Illinois Valley dugout, and he walks back. Be a long strike. A runner on third for the Pistol Shrimp. A 2-1 lead for the Cornbelters here in the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss there. The off-speed pitch makes Ireland go all the way around. A right-handed batter taps home plate twice, facing the southpaw. Banker comes set. The 0-2 outside. Alex. Oh no. 1-2 count. A bunt here, if it's fouled, considered to be a strikeout. Just batter would be out here, and still the defense creeping in just in case. Fouled away on the first base side.
There's your Casey Stevens rule confirmation of the day. Cornbelters infield a ground ball hard to any of the 4 infielders. They'll look to go home and try and keep Shotzik from coming in.
A 1-2 count. Hit and past the third base bag. 1 run will come in. Rounding first, digging in for second. Here's Ireland. Throw in. Stand up double to bring in the run, and it's a tie ball game in the bottom of the 7th.
Ball that Gavin Michaels probably fields, at least has a better chance on it if he's playing in his typical position, in on the lip of the infield grass. That one bounced just inside the third base bag. Skipped all the way to the corner. Tie ball game in Peru.
Runner on second, and Joey Ireland puts himself in scoring position with 1 down in the bottom of the 7th. A tie ball game, 2-2. Carter Brown watches this first pitch. Outside, losing his hat is Banker. He'll put it back on.
Still no one moving in the Belters' pen. Brady Banker has worked 3 innings in each of his first 2 appearances this summer. We'll see how long Normal asks him to work today.
Right side of the diamond creeping in. Now they go back out. Pitch popped up. Moving over to his left is Worthman near the warning tracks. He camps under it. Collects it. Now will try and relay the throw. Runner from second. Tag up and go into third. Himself in scoring position. Ireland does 90 feet away. Carter Brown does his job moving the runner over.
A long fly ball. 345 feet off the bat. That's out of the park in a few Prospect League stadiums. Not here at Schweikert.
Worthman, the right fielder, has had a few balls hit his direction today. One right off of his glove, and go back to that, would have saved a run. Right-handed batter now, and Owen Anderson watches the first pitch in the zone for a strike. A 1 count, runner on third. Wind picking up here. July 23rd day. Lifts one into right field. Worthman drops it, but it gets past him. Anderson rounding first, digging in for second. A run will come in. Illinois Valley takes the lead.
Addison Worthman makes a mess of that one. It'll be a single with an error against the right fielder. Addison Worthman's bat so valuable. You need him in this Belters lineup. But the outfield defense, especially this afternoon, not going to be found in any textbooks.
Could have kept it right in front of him, and he's had 2 balls now hit his way. One that went off of his red glove. The other one he just couldn't keep in front of him. Runner on second, 2 down. See a bit of frustration on that pitch by Banker. It's low, but keeping it in front of him is Greer.
Jacob Greer, for all the woes at the plate, has been phenomenal behind the dish. 10 runners caught stealing on the summer. A rocket harm for number 44.
Greer has been effective, like you mentioned. A runner on second could throw it down if he sees any movement. Found away for strike 1 off the bat of Szymanski. Dawson Szymanski entering today, hitting .203 with 14 hits. Some pop off the bat, a home run. 7 RBIs. That last RBI from Owen Anderson marked his 9th. Brought in Joey Ireland. A 1-1 count. Hit hard on the ground and foul on third base side. Alex, overall, though, these runs, they're not credited to Banker. The errors by the outfield. One, two. High and away for a ball.
I believe the first one will go under his ledger. Second one, maybe he'll escape.
That would make a lot of sense since Shotzik rounded all the bases off the bat of Ireland and the error came off the bat of Owen Anderson. The error committed by Worthman, the right fielder. Shotzik already round the bases after Joey Ireland doubled. Runner on second now, and Dawson Szymanski up to bat. A full count, 3-2, 2 down. Pickoff move, no one covering the second base bag.
See that in every level of baseball, though, Casey, where you have a platoon right fielder, a guy whose bat is so electric, so needed for the batting order, but the defense maybe not up to par.
Payoff pitch, there it is. One stranded, could not get anything to go. Szymanski goes down swinging. Getting himself out of the jam is Banker. Cornbelters going to the dugout looking to get their bats going to retake the lead. The Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp lead 3-2, and we'll take a short break for top of the 8th action. Welcome you back here in Peru, Illinois. Casey Stevens with Alex Ferens for top of the 8th action. Cornbelters down 3-2 against the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp, but Addison Worthman will step in on the right side of the box. Last inning, Filippo Barada was caught stealing, so Worthman will see more pitches by Dungeon. First pitch he sees, a swing and a miss.
Can be advantageous. Saw a few pitches in the last frame now. Stride back to the plate with a fresh count.
A 1 count to Worthman. Dungeon raises his knee and puts one through. Worthman fouls it away. Worthman entering today on a 6-game multi-hit streak.
Worthman was committed to Mizzou out of high school. Dealt with some injuries, ended up at Parkland, took a year off. Back in the Prospect League in 2026 for the first time in 4 years since the summer before his freshman year of college, and he's killing.
The 0-2 puts one deep into center field. There is a 1 Oh my goodness, Addison Worthman, 109 off the bat, 400 feet. Show him how it's done.
Addison Worthman has home runs in 4 of his last 5 games, Casey. This guy is unpitchable.
His hardest hit ball, Alex, 109 off the bat. Wow. A no doubter.
400 feet, 109 miles an hour. Addison Worthman is too good for the Prospect League.
Ties the game up. And now we have a nail biter here in the top of the 8th.
Worthman was playing in the KCL a month and a half ago.
Tyler Thompson, first pitch inside. He has to get out of the way. A frustration pitch, 93 miles an hour. The KCL, Colonels Collegiate League that the Cornbelters have, allows some of the younger talent to gain the experience before being called up. 1-0, Thompson fouls one away.
Worthman did all right in the league, hit 800 across 3 games.
Just all right, right?
Was a man playing amongst boys.
Show him how it's done, a home run here in this game. Thompson watches a fastball high. We talked about how Addison Worthman, this is his month of July, hitting near 450, almost 500. 2-1 to Thompson, fastball high, ball 3. Thompson back in the 6th, drew a walk, and rounded all the bases off of the bat of Jackson Stanek, who brought him in. 3-1 count. Dungeon comes set at the belt. Raises his knee and can't find the zone there. Thompson's walked twice today.
At what point when you play the normal Cornbelters, do you just intentionally walk Addison Worthman?
When he has 10 or more home runs.
He's well on his way. 5 home runs, 4 in his last 5 games.
Alex, that's his 33rd hit, and he hasn't even played in half the season. Remarkable. Ben Vogley has some competition, though, for the home run leader, tied now with Addison Worthman.
This is a team, KC, that if the normal Cornbelters can sneak into this playoff picture, an uphill battle, they'll need some help. This is a team that can be very dangerous. 1 through 6 in the lineup is fantastic. You have the starting pitching to carry you through playoffs.
0-1 to Vogley, watches a fastball. The outside portion of the zone. Vogley singled back in the 6th, and his trip ended on 3rd. So runner on first, no one down here in the top of the 8th. The tie ball game 3-3. The home run by Addison Worthman into center field tied it up.
Tyler Thompson not impressed by Ryan Dungeon's pickoff move. He's gotten back in 3 or 4 times now, standing up.
Anderson will check in on Dungeon, and for Thompson, Alex, 10 stolen bases on the season. Good enough speed, but we saw Filippo Barada, who has 12, get caught stealing earlier.
Yeah, Owen Anderson, a good throw down. Barada, not the best jump, but able to take him off the base paths.
And looking back at that, Addison Worthman was up to bat. He had more time to look at different pitches that Dungeon was throwing. Found a fastball right into the zone that he put it, 109 miles an hour. Man, I'm still shocked about it. You don't see it often, but some MLB pop. 0-2 count to Vogley with a runner on first. Vogley skies one up into left field, moving over to the left fielder, and it's fouled away.
Addison Worthman started this summer uncommitted. Jackson Stanek, first baseman for the Belters, waiting in the on-deck circle, saw Worthman play, made a call to his coaches at Illinois State, said, we got to sign this guy.
Is this a true? Wow. So Addison Worthman being looked down at Division I. Vogley watches this pitch, and he knew right away. He goes down looking, the first out. Can hear some of the fans saying, can I help you? Just looking. Iconic Trevor Bauer statement.
I believe Worthman remains unsigned. Any college lucky to pick up a guy with that power.
One of his biggest home runs came back against Quincy on the road. Cornbelters regained that lead by his 2-run bomb that he had. Still ultimately lost the game. He's been a key contributor, though, in the past 5 games for the Cornbelters, winning 4 of the last 5. Now, here's a good hit off the bat of Stanek into left field, into the corner. You can see the speed by Thompson. He rounding second, now digging in from third to home. The relay throw, not in time. There it is. The Cornbelters take the lead, 4-3.
Carter Blakeney hustled from his position in the hole to get behind the plate and give Tyler Thompson a sign on where to slide. Tyler Thompson gives him a huge hug after he stands up. Blakeney motioning for him to slide to the left part of the plate, closer towards the netting rather than the pitcher's mound. Fantastic teamwork, and the Belters have opened the floodgates.
Jackson Stanek, 2 doubles on the day, 2 RBIs, just in this game. Cornbelters' offensive production has come from him today. Now it'll be McCrossin. First pitch to him, off speed outside for a ball. 1 down after Vogley went down looking. Runner on second for the Cornbelters, infield for the Pistol Shrimp. Standing straight up against the power bat of the designated hitter, McCrossin. Now he skies one up, and it's fouled on the first base side.
Carlson was on the outside looking in of a Belters hit party about a week ago in Terre Haute. Since then, he's turned it back on. 3 straight games with an RBI.
Crossan went down looking back in the 6th. 38 RBIs on the season, looking to bring someone in here if he can make contact, but watches the fastball low for a strike. Go back to that double that Jackson Stanek has. He's now tied for the most hits on the Cornbelters with 56. Tyler Thompson and him both at 56 mark.
Moves even further up the Prospect League leaderboard. Stanek does into the top 5 in doubles.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. The 6th strikeout of the day by Dungeon.
Crossan clearly frustrated. Didn't think the second strike of his at-bat was indeed. Took it on the lower half. I think that contributed to him fanning on the slider, feeling that anything below the zone he was going to have to give an offer to.
Here's the center fielder today, Carter Blakeney. 20 RBIs for him on the year, hitting .291. 32 hits, a runner on second, and Jackson Stanek. 2 down here in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss, and that fastball for strike 1. A home run by Addison Worthman. Tyler Thompson rounded all the bases after drawing a walk off the bat of Jackson Stanek, who's on second base bag. An 0-1 count to Blakeney. Puts one right up the middle, and it takes 2 chops. Here's the speed from Stanek. He's moving, he's grooving, and he comes in at home. Cornbelters lead by 2.
Good hustle from Jackson Stanek. You rarely see the first baseman moving that quickly. Face red, comes in to score standing up.
A much bigger guy playing on the first base bag today for the Cornbelters, and you don't see the speed often, but for Stanek, 6 stolen bases too. Can read a pitcher, typically on the first base side or the designated hitter for the Cornbelters. He's moving all the way around this time. Swing and a miss by Greer. He's gone down twice, looking and swinging. First pitch he sees goes all the way around.
Worthman's home run was incredibly impressive this inning, but Jackson Stanek hit a ball in O'Fallon that went 430 feet.
Greer watches this next fastball outside. 1-1 count, 2 down here, top of the 8th. An eruption of runs coming in by the Cornbelters. They've scored 3 here just in the 8th. They lead 5-3. Infield playing straight up against Greer. Fastball low in the zone for a strike. Wind not playing much of a factor, Alex. Blowing in now from left to right. Started from right to left. Continues to play tricks on us. Set at the belt is Dungeon. The right-hander kicks and deals. And he finds the top of the zone for strike 3. Cornbelters strand one. It's not Greer's day. He's gone down 3 times, all to a strikeout. Cornbelters lead 5-3. We'll take a short break and be back for bottom of the 8th. Welcome you back. A few defensive changes here in the bottom of the 8th for the Cornbelters. Addison Worthman comes out after his bomb that he hit back in the top of the 8th. Carter Blakeney will move over from center to right, and Dylan Cody, the speedster, is in center field.
Hoping to preserve Worthman's knees with a lot of innings today. A suspended game followed by a 7-inning second half of the doubleheader. Worthman's glove also, let's just say he's not necessarily a plus defender, Casey. His bat more than makes up for it. But when you have the chance to put Dylan Cody, the speedster, out in center field, move Blakeney over to right, your outfield defense gets a lot better.
Lineup for the Shrimp will turn over, and it will be Ethan Silva leading off in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch by Bankers outside for a ball. Mentioned Banker won't blow you away with his speed. Some weak contact. He's given up a few runs today. 5-3 lead that the Cornbelters hold on to. That pitch was fouled away on the first left side of the diamond. Stepping back in is Silva. He grounded out last time up. Silva watches this one bounce off of the glove of Greer, and it's low for ball 2.
Jacob Greer can't be too happy with Michael Dutton right now. Struck out looking on a pitch that he clearly felt was out of the zone.
Two balls, one strike to Silva. Fastball. The outside portion of the zone to even the count at 2-2. Only 2 Ks on the day for Banker. Got one to start this game off in the bottom of the 5th. And for his third here, that pitch is fouled on the third base side.
An arm up and moving in the Belters' pen, a right-hander.
Can't exactly see who it is. May just have to wait until they make their appearance. Bottom of the 8th action. Hit right over to the shortstop, Vogley. Gets his glove on it this time and whips it over to Stanek for out number 1.
Looks like Nick Kruger up and moving around in the Belters' pen.
Nick Kruger, one of the best pitchers in the staff Cornbelters have on.
Couple arms moving in the Pistol Shrimp pen as well.
Andrew Pishko, the right-hander, playing third base today, singled back in the 6th. Double play was turned by the infield by the Cornbelters, and he did not move over, but the first pitch of this at-bat's in the zone for a strike. 5-3 lead that the Cornbelters hold on to here in the bottom of the 8th. Banker comes set at the belt. Raises his knee and steps forward. Hit directly to Thompson. A line out for out number 2.
Exactly what the Belters need, a quick 2 outs to start the 8th. They can get the bats back to the plate and add on a few more before the 9th. Going to feel real comfortable about this lead, especially if it is Nick Kruger coming in to close the door.
It will be Chase Roberts pinch hitting. For Kirk Weatherford, who grounded out. His last time in to a double play. Roberts, the right-hander, will stand tall. First pitch he sees, pops it up, and it's fouled away.
Penn State guy from New Jersey is Roberts. One of a few younger players on this Pistol Shrimp lineup.
Watches this pitch outside for a ball. 1-1. Stands at 6'2", 195, the right-hander is. From Medford Lakes, New Jersey. It's the 1-1. Watches it drop into the zone for a strike.
Casey, when the Pistol Shrimp came to the Corn Crib at the start of July, we got to see Dominic Bautista, 4th-round draft pick in the MLB draft.
The 1-2. Skied up into right field, moving over is Blakeney. It takes a bounce, hits the wall. Turning in from first to second, here comes Roberts. Stands off the bag, the throw in. 2-out hitting for the Pistol Shrimp gets things started. Runner in scoring position for Caden Shotzik.
Chase Roberts, the 3rd guy in this contest to hit in the 3-hole. Anthony Chavez hit a home run before the rain delay. Kirk Weatherford didn't have the same success, hit into a 4-6-3 double play in the 6th. Chase Roberts, a little more like Chavez, a long double. Has a 2-out rally alive for Illinois Valley.
Now this one will drop into right field near the line. Blakeney charging over to it. Shotzik made some good contact. A run will come in. And now only one run separates these two teams.
That ball was all the way in the Pistol Shrimp bullpen. Blakeney put his hands up as if it were out of play. A little bit of a disturbance. Able to find it and get it in before Shotzik can take anything more than second base.
Looks like it hit some of the players in the bullpen. That's why he put his hands up, saying it's under the bench where they're sitting. Be a double and a run will come in. The second double of the day. Now a mound visit from assistant coach Ryan Willard.
Willard talked to us about what he gets across in these mound visits last night. He said he focuses on less on technique and a little bit more on mentality. When your breaking ball isn't necessarily working or your fastball, it's a chain reaction. If you can get that fastball down, release point, that's typically what leads to the breaking ball regaining its effectiveness.
Fun talk with him last night was we were watching the playoffs of the KCL yesterday. He came and just talked to us for about 20 minutes, telling us some fun stories about himself too. A former pitcher, Division III level. Pitched for the Cornbelters, the Ground Slots, and the Blue Caps.
Great story about his ejection, I believe against Burlington a couple of years ago now.
Talked about how he couldn't find the zone that game. Gave up a grand slam.
Although he should have had strike 3 on that batter, at least how Willard tells it.
Runner on second, 2 down here. That pitch is skied up and fouled on the first base side. He's a funny guy. Talked about how Yat's a funny guy. I think he's got some competition between him and Willard. You're a stand-up comedian, you are. We talked about this one time. You said that you could do some stand-up in the Corn Crib. Ryan Duncan puts a charge into this one. Moving in on it is Cody. He'll take a diving effort, but he can't get under it. A tie ball game now here in the bottom of the 8th.
Great effort from Cody, sliding to try and make the play. It bounced and came up and hit him in the face as he was sliding. He's down on his knees out in the outfield. Hopefully He's all right.
That's not a player that you want hurt with the amount of speed that he has. Defensive asset that the Cornbelters rely heavily on. Looks to be okay. Puts the hat back on with the sunglasses. Dylan Cody, known as DC. He has a chain that he likes to wear with that's diamond outline. Letters DC. I gotta ask him if he's ever been to Washington, D.C. Do you know any, I'm trying to remember, what's those called? Never mind, I've totally lost that thought. Joey Ireland will step in, and there's the pickoff move that you were talking about, Alex. Some frustration from the third base coach. Alex, he's getting right into the face of the first base umpire, saying it could have been a balk.
He's got to be careful. Luigi Guerrero, listening to the complaints, now starts to walk away. It's the same complaint that the Rex made against Banker. They believe that his leg goes behind, which would be a balk. Brady Banker demonstrated his move for us at the corn crib. It's in the head fakes, which is what gets the runners to go, and probably a little bit of a balk as well.
So after 8, we have a tie ball game, 5-5. Illinois Valley answered back to tie it up. We'll take a short break and head to the top of the 9th. Welcome you back here in Peru, Illinois for top of the 9th action. A new arm on the mound, Benjamin Blandino. He's making his 12th appearance of the season, 1 save, and he's worked through 17 innings of work. Verada will try and lay down a bunt and try and beat out the throw. Went right over the throw in time. Bunt attempt went right to the right of the mound, and not much movement by Blandino. Barada could not beat out the throw, but now Gavin Michaels will dig in on the right side. A righty-righty matchup. You know, an inflated ERA of 9.53, 18 strikeouts on the season. The Cornbelters, 2 outs left to play with before they need to have a good, tight defense. Fastball low and in the zone.
As if there wasn't enough baseball today, 5 innings in this abridged game and then a 7 doubleheader. We could see extra innings in the first contest.
An 0-1 to Michaels. Swing and a miss. First strike 2. Thought he held around, but completed the swing. Looked at the home plate umpire with a shocked face for a second. 0-2 count to Michaels. He hasn't made contact with the ball yet. Went down looking. Michaels skies it behind home plate.
Michaels yet to get on the board today, 0 for 2. after a fly out in the first 5 innings back on July 5th.
0-2 to Michaels. Watches it drop below the zone for a ball.
Continues a trend for Michaels. He hits almost 470 at home. On the road, down under 180.
It's down on the count, 1-2. Waldino kicks and deals, and a swing and a miss there. The second out. Here in the top of the 9th, Michaels not his day, 0 of 3.
And you replace Addison Worthman thinking that your 2-run lead is probably fairly safe. Now you have a tie game and don't have him in the lineup.
Go to Dylan Cody. He started the season off as one of the best hitters and then hit a big cold spell. Some of the best speed off of Cody. Watches the first off-speed pitch. Top half of the zone go in.
Dylan Cody, another guy that entered the summer uncommitted, quickly found a team, an electrifying start.
Cody watches the fastball high. Be traveling to Oklahoma to play his college ball with Oklahoma State Southwestern. 1-1 count with 2 down here on the top of the 9. 5-5 ball game. Cody watches it low.
There was a game, I believe in May, KC, where Dylan Cody singled 3 times and stole every single base he could on each of those.
6 stolen bags. One game is very impressive. A fastball that's high for ball 3, and this is not the guy you want to get on base. Talked about the speed that he has. The infield moving back, knowing if he swings here, could put a charge into it. Wind blowing from left to right. The 3-1. Cody gets out of the way, but it paints right on the edge for a strike.
3 stolen bases, 2 runs in that contest. I believe another one where he stole and then ball 4 canceled that one off his tally.
It's the payoff pitch from Bladino. Swing and a miss. Dylan Cody goes down swinging. We have a tie ball game 5-5, and we'll head into the bottom of the 9th. Walk off in play for the Pistol Shrimp. The bottom of the 9th, a tied ball game 5-5. Nick Kruger comes into the game for the Cornbelters. He's been in this situation before, a lot riding on this bottom of the 9th. It'll be Joey Ireland for the Pistol Shrimp. First pitch he sees, pops it up. Cody tracks it in the air. He'll camp under it. Gets his glove out for out number 1.
Hit that one well, just a tad under it was Ireland.
Be Carter Brown. He popped up to right field and struck out back in the 5th. 0-2 on the day. The righty will face Kruger. 1 pitch, 1 out. Kruger kicks and deals. Curveball drops in the zone for a strike. Kruger back in Burlington. It was an 11-inning game. Cornbelters won. He was the go-to guy. Now hit over. Sliding effort by Michaels. Vogley gets his bare hand on it and not in time on the throw.
Fantastic effort to keep it in the infield. Ultimately, no play. A winning run on base for the Pistol Shrimp.
Infield hit by Carter Brown. Owen Anderson, he singled and scored a run his last time up. 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th. The tie ball game 5-5. Pitch is high for a ball. Kruger, one of the best pitchers for the Cornbelters. Ready, come, set. Making his 18th appearance of the season. Can't find the zone on that pitch, and it's low. Comes in with a 2-0 record with 3 saves. He's gone through 26 innings of work and an ERA of 2.7. The 2-0 outside.
Kruger, the first or second name out of the bullpen for the Cornbelters. Jonah Roper giving him a run for his money, but this is a guy you'd expect to see in a potential playoff game.
3 balls, no strikes, a runner on first. Force pitch, bottom of the zone for a strike.
The Belters can get in the playoffs. You have a pitching rotation that can carry you through. Graham Casey, the veteran.
Tries to pick him off. Sam Finn.
We'll see him later today. His first outing since being Prospect League Pitcher of the Week for his perfect 4 1/3.
Combined perfect game between him, Roper, and
Josh Jones.
3 balls, 1 strike, 1 down. Kruger bounced off of the mask of Greer. Moving over from first to second is Brown, and he puts himself in scoring position, 2 aboard.
Not the start you want from your closer. 18 walks issued so far. Manager for the Pistol Shrimp, John Jakiemick, goes over toward the dugout, a meeting of the Pistol Shrimp.
Greer will check in. Willard will come up and talk to Kruger. The ideal situation here, Alex, with 1 out, you could lay down a bunt and try and move over both runners and have a runner 90 feet away. The last few pitches that Kruger has thrown, that last one skipped away from him. You could walk it off with a wild pitch and win the game and have some momentum going into the second game of the doubleheader. But on the other side for the Cornbelters, they want just a break here. They want to get back, get their bats, because due up for the Cornbelters, the harder the lineup. 2, 3, and 4. But you go against number 48, Elliot Alcia. Comes in for Dawson Szymanski. Szymanski was 0-2 on the day. Alcia will come in and try and bring the runners around. Walk-off in play here in the bottom of the 9th, the tie ball game, 5-5. 1 down. Ground ball could potentially turn 2, and the infield for the Cornbelters can work together. Alcia, the left-handed batter. First pitch from Kruger is in the zone for a strike.
Out of the mound visit, Ryan Willard told us that if immediate success follows their meeting, he's almost guaranteed to take credit in the dugout.
Alcia lays the bat down. Kruger coming off that mound visit, up in the count, 0-1. Fastball is high. Runners on first and second for the Pistol Shrimp. Stands at 6'3", 195, the lefty does. Waits this pitch. Fouls it away. Committed to play at Illinois State University. Alicia is. Lays his black and blue bat down on his shoulder. Now brings it up. Cougar, swing and a miss there. Gets the strikeout. 1 out left to play with for the Pistol Shrimp before we go into extra innings. Lineup will turn over, and now this is not the guy that you want to face. Ethan Silva, one of the best hitters in the lineup today for the Pistol Shrimp.
Pinch hit a left-hander. Now you get another left-hander, Silva, to try to bring in the winning run against the right-handed flamethrower.
Cougar. Ice in his veins if he can get an out here. First pitch. Fouled on the third base side. Walks off of the bump. Fixes his hat. Nods his head to his third baseman and Michaels. Puts the ball in his glove and looks over to his catcher in Greer. Nods his head. Comes set at the belt. Runners on first and second. Raises his knee, steps towards home plate. Chopped over to Stanek. He gets his glove on it, tosses it over to Kruger for out number 3. We have extra innings here in the game 1 of the doubleheader. 5-5. We'll take a short break and be back for top of the 10th. We have extra innings here in the top of the 10th. Casey Stevens with Alex Ferentz. Dylan Cody was the last out. He went down swinging. He'll be over on second and heart of the lineup for the Cornbelters. 2, 3, and 4. Some of the best hitters in the lineup coming up.
32 RBIs, 23-34 for your 2-3-4 hitters. Nolan McCrossan waits in lieu if he can get up to the plate in this frame. 38 RBIs for him. This is the spot you want to be in. Your fastest guy at second base. Need to bring him in.
Dylan Cody on second. Tied for first and stolen bases with Ben Vogley. Up to bat, the second baseman, Tyler Thompson, in today's matchup. Landino looking over at second. Kicks and deals. First pitch is high. Thompson, on the day, he's walked twice, rounded all the bases. He scored 2 of the 4 runs Cornbelters have scored here after we picked this game up. That was tied 1-1. 1-0. Hit out into right center. It will drop. Now Cody, he'll dig in for third, turning, and come in and score. Thompson Stand-up double to drive in the run. Cornbelters retake the lead.
Fantastic piece of hitting for Tyler Thompson. Island Cody did not need to showcase his speed. He almost walked in.
Thompson takes the lead now for the most hits on the Cornbelters, and we talked about he's more of a singles guy. That just being his 9th double that he's hit all season long, and it's in a crucial moment.
Brings him into the top 5 in hits in the entire Prospect League with 57, tied with 4 other players.
Ben Vogley, bunt attempt, fouled away. We've seen the Cornbelters talking to Willard yesterday about small ball. And Billy Du Bois, both of them came in and spoke with us. They're not much of a small ball team in the first half of the season, but the second half, a lot of things have changed. See the first baseman creeping in. Brown is the pistol shrimp. Vogley, ball's inside for a 1-1 count.
Ben Vogley, first pitch bunting on a few occasions in the last month, trying to catch opposing defenses sleeping.
Runner on second, and Thompson. Vogley, pitch is high from Blandino. Cornbelters lead 6-5 here in the top of the 10th. This is game 1 of 2 here today. Game started at 4:35, picking it up after they already played 4 innings back on July 5th. Vogley fouls one on the third base side. A powerful hitter Vogley is. A lot of speed with 21 stolen bases, 23 RBIs entering today, hitting .317. Grabbed a single back in the 6th and ended his trip on third, and went down looking back in the 8th. The lefty hangs the bat on his shoulder and brings it up. Blandino kicks and deals. Vogley watches the pitch high. Run the count full.
If you're the Pistol Shrimp, you can live with 1. You're going to have a runner on second base as well. Any more than that starts to look a little bit more like a mountain.
No one down here in the top of the 10th. Vogley, payoff pitch. Hits one. That's fouled away. Looked like it was about to stay fair, and the wind carried it over, blowing in from left to right. Fouls it towards the bullpen of the Pistol Shrimp.
Inches away from extra bases.
Would have been good double off the bat of Vogley. Staying alive. 3-2 count. No one down here in the top of the 10th. A 6-5 lead. Tyler Thompson on second. Vogley watches this pitch low, and now runners on first and second for the Cornbelters. Be Jackson Stanek, who's doubled twice today and brought in 2 runs. Stanek, the captain. Back-to-back lefties in the lineup. And Vogley and Stanek. Vogley on first, Thompson on third. Stanek up the bat. First pitch he sees, fouls it in left field, moving in on it. Szymanski, he gets under it. Holds both of the runners.
First pitch swinging. Doesn't work out to Stanek's favor.
Excuse me, Ethan Silva is to be in left field now. A lot of defensive changes by both teams. Silva was playing second base earlier. Now here's McCrossan. Hit over. 6-4, not in time. It'll roll away. Here comes a run coming in. Thompson comes to score. An error by the shortstop. And Joey Ireland.
Looked like Ireland got caught in 2 minds whether he wanted to throw it to second or first. Ended up somewhere in between.
Tyler Thompson rounds all the bases. Ben Vogley move over to second. Jackson Stanek on first. Excuse me, Stanek popped up in foul territory on the left side to the left fielder. Nolan McCrossin reached on the air, put himself on first. Be Carter Blankney. He doubled with an RBI his last time up. Watches this fastball low. Here comes the mound visit now after Cornbelters lead 7-5 here in the top of the 10th.
It's Mark Sheehan, the pitching coach.
Sheehan will discuss. Alex, while they take some time to discuss, we'll take some time here. You put your fastest guy after Worthman came out, could not play defensively. Dylan Cody rounded all the bases after Tyler Thompson got his 9th double of the year, driving in a run. Now 57 hits on the season. A walk by Vogley, pop up by Stanek, and an E6 that allows McCrossin to reach for the Cornbelters. That's how the top of the 10th is going. And they hold on to a 2-run lead.
And the E6 should have been a fairly easy double play, a slow roller to short, a throwing error that allows the Belters to add another and still be adding on.
Runners on first and second. Carter Blakeney grounded out back in the 6th and doubled with an RBI his last time up. Runners on first and second. Pops one up into center field. Moving back is Weatherford. Tries to get under it. And now having to move all the way back is Vogley. The throw in. Vogley thought that one was going to drop down. Takes his helmet off with frustration. 2 outs on that play. Cornbelters lead 7-5. He did not tag up, thinking that one was going to drop down. Was already on third after being on second. Bit of confusion by Weatherford. Could not track it, but 99 miles an hour off the bat of Blakeney.
Not sure if he thought that was going to be a home run or if he thought that there was 2 outs. Wasn't running real hard on a long fly ball. Regardless, the Belters able to add on. Need to shut the door.
Welcome you here in Peru, Illinois for bottom of the 10th action. Cornbelters lead 7-5. Casey Stevens with Alex Ferrens. Last down back in the bottom of the 9th with Ethan Silva, so he'll be over on second. Silva on second. Andrew Pishka start things off for the Pistol Shrimp. First pitch by Kruger. Drops into the zone. Good off-speed pitch. Curveball. Has some nice spin on it. An 0-1 count. 7-5 lead here in the bottom of the 10th. Extra inning baseball. This one ripped and fouled away on the first base side.
Price of admission more than worth it here at Illinois Valley, especially because I don't believe they charge for tickets.
An 0-2 count to Pishka. Kruger looking to shut the door here and allow the Cornbelters to get a win. Looking over at second, steps and deals. Pitch is high. Greer looked like Air Jordan having to reach for that one.
Jacob Greer was about to be pinch hit for. Max Heineman was on deck readying himself. Never reached the plate, and Jacob Greer comes back out for the bottom of the 10th defensively.
Only 2 runs separate these teams. A chance for Heineman to potentially still get in. Game's not over yet. That pitch in the zone for strike 3. Nick Kruger is dealing here in Peru.
Brilliant frame on that breaking ball on the outside corner by Greer. Took it right back into the strike zone. Did enough for Michael Dutton to ring up Pishka.
Nick Kruger will face center fielder Chase Roberts. Came in for Rutherford. First pitch he sees. Hit slowed on the ground to Michaels. Thrown over to the first baseman and Stanek, but moving over from second to third is Silva.
Take that trade every day of the week if you're the Belters. That run doesn't matter. It's the next one that can hurt you if you're normal. Don't worry about Silva. If he comes in to score, that's fine. If the third out comes quickly.
Caden Shotzik coming in. He's doubled twice today, rounded all the bases, and drove in a run. As a runner 90 feet away, Cornbelters lead 7-5 here in the bottom of the 10th. First pitch of this at-bat's high and inside for a ball. Kruger, 2 strikeouts since coming back in the 9th. He's given up 1 hit. Takes a deep breath, steps and fires. Can't find the zone. Nick Kruger looking to be the pilot here and soar into the sky and get the last out for the Cornbelters. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 down. Kruger puts one into this and a diving catch over by Vogely. A run will come in. Vogely had to get it because Michaels could not get his glove on it. So now only 1 run separates these 2 teams, and 2 out hitting for the Pistol Shrimp continue. Look like that's the factor in this game. They've scored 3 runs on 2 outs this game.
Interesting disparity in that regard. An error apiece for either side. Another change at the plate for the Pistol Shrimp. Justin Szymanski, the Northwestern State University product, comes in to pinch hit for Ryan Duncan.
Assuming that both the Szymanskis are brothers. Yes, they are. Both from Ruston. Justin Szymanski stands at 6'1", 225 pounds. The right-handed batter lays the cedar wood on his shoulder. Runner on first, 2 down. First pitch he sees. Fouls it away. That one carried far, Alex. Oh, my gosh. 273 feet, 103 feet up in the air. Turn that one the right direction. Could move the runner over from first. A long strike for Kruger. A 0-1 count. Fouled away on this one. Chance for Kruger to get this out. The helicopter pilot, some like to say about Kruger. I think he's learning to get his license at some point. Nick Kruger nods his head to his catcher and Greer. He comes set, the 0-2 count. Hit, slow roll to Vogely, tosses it over to Thompson. Cornbelters win. That's the ball game for game 1. They win 7-6. Good outing by Nick Kruger, and the Cornbelters bats kept going. This game comes to a close, a fielder's choice to end it off. Alex, for the Cornbelters, you see the production overall. Every single batter came up to the plate and showed off what they got, especially Addison Worthman. That home run traveled so far. Dylan Cody came in for him defensively, but I think the player of the game has to be Jackson Stanek. 2 doubles and 2 RBIs.
Addison Worthman would give him a run for his money on that monstrous home run in the 8th. But got to give credit to the pitching as well. Nick Kruger shut the door. Brady Banker, a great start for the Belters. Need to build momentum. 1 win is good, but they won the first half of the doubleheader in O'Fallon as well, and then dropped the second half today. Need to take 2 for 2.
Don't go anywhere, or we'll be back with Game 2 between these two teams. Cornbelters win 7-6. Next game will be a new stream here on our YouTube channel, so don't go anywhere.